Okay, welcome back everyone. Welcome back live action here on the Kiamichi Railroad, known as the Kiamichi Railroad, owned by the Genesee in Wyoming. Alrighty, I got a treat for y'all. I'm filming a train on the Kiamichi Railroad 3218 and 3218, known as Wolf. I named my engines Wolf. He is a ditch light engine. He's an SD40-2, and then Savannah is 3387. She is helping them push the train on to Valiant to link up with their sisters on the other end of the line in Valiant. Because I just seen them, and here they come. Look at that ditch light action. I met them last night in Haworth, Oklahoma, because I missed them going through. But tonight I'm catching them here, and then going to Garvin, and that's about it for the night. And give me some shut eye. Let's go see if we can go meet them in Garvin. Welcome back, everyone. This would be more. Here's more of it. I'm here in Garvin, Oklahoma, and I'm at a railroad crossing, 77165C. You see right there. This is in Garvin, Oklahoma, and I'm west of Idabel, but I am east of Valiant, and so they're going to be heading west with the local. They're going to have the local should be in Valiant right now. I just seen them go by, and they gave me a train salute. I heard it, and I looked at the window, and I seen them go by, and they was going in the same direction that we were going. And I looked at the window, and it was Sherry? Yeah, I think it was Sherry. They had Sherry. So it's pretty cool. My friend was driving that train. they go on their way to bed. You always wait until the lights start flashing. So in case something rolls down this track here, and at least then you're stopped. Cause the bell will pick up the train movement. So that's the reason why you should always stop and wait until the bell and the lights stop flashing at a railroad crossing. So guys, what is railroad and safety? Well, the important thing in railroad and safety is stop, look, and listen for oncoming trains coming right at you. I mean, you know what I mean. Railroad and safety is something that you make safety for everybody, that, you know, so they don't get hurt and they don't get killed by an oncoming train. So the main priority is to stop, look, and listen. And always, guys, trains do have the right of way, and always, guys, and because after they hit you, it takes a mile from the stop, and they have to live with what happened when you plow right in front of them. They do live with that, and because by the time they see you, it'll be too late. So they have blind spots on the locomotives, and they do talk. They do talk to each other like this, and they can talk like this, or they can just talk, just look at the tracks. But they can stay focused, and they won't be able to see you until it's too late. So that's the only thing I tell you guys and everyone, to stop at a railroad crossing. If it's a rural crossing with no flashing lights or bell, or railroad crossing gates, or cantilever, or any type of railroad crossing that's in the United States, it's being used, you should always stop at them. And of course, yielding at crossbucks is the main priority at a railroad crossing, especially if you don't know if they ran or not. If they have ran, then you have good luck. But if they didn't, it's always best to yield. But always yield anyway, so in case there ever is a train coming. So guys, everyone, it takes a mile. It takes a mile from the stop. And yes, they will stop after they hit you. It takes a mile from the stop. So don't be a victim of an oncoming train. So don't get anybody hurt in your vehicle or anything of that stuff. Don't be doing something. Don't be playing jokes and stuff like that. Cause that stuff can come up and it can hurt you. I mean, karma. Someone says karma is it's a thing. So don't try that. Don't press your luck with a train. Do not try to beat them, because the more you keep beating them, the more your luck's going to turn to worse before it gets good. So don't do that. And especially for you bicyclists, do not be trying to beat a freight train and going around the gauge and stuff like that, especially on two-way track and other stuff like that. And also for the ones that's walking on the tracks, and walking with their headphones in their ears, it'll be too late before they see you. So do not be having your headphones in on the railroad tracks, and do not be talking like this on the railroad tracks, because by the time they see you, it'll be too late, and you can't judge your distance of how fast they're going at night until they come right up on you. And so that's the only thing I can tell you is to be safe on the railroad. I'm being safe right now because I'm wearing reflectors vest, and I like wearing it, and I like following company policy, rules, and other things. So, and you will get good results with the railroad. You'll get more respect. I'll tell you that one. Some of you probably disagree on that. You get respect from anyways. But mostly if you wear a reflective vest, they know that you're trying to be safe. But also, when you're wearing a reflectors vest and night or day, it also tells motorists that you're right here. You're not camouflaged with the nighttime. Because if they don't stop for you at a railroad crossing when you're filming a train, if they hit you, they're in trouble. So there is no sign. I didn't see him. Wearing a reflector's vest will save your life. I tell you that one. So they're on their way to Valiant. So, and then they're gonna go on the Valiant. They're going to go on to Hugo after they go to Valiant, and then my friends, Ronnie and Eddie, will be getting off the train in Valiant, and then my other friends will be taking their train on to Hugo, so that's a good thing. And I get to see 3218, known as Wolf, so be safe out there in the hot iron, and I know it as the hot rails, because basically you got a lot of rail activity out there, especially on the Kiamichi Road and the Queen Eastern Railroad, because there's always good rail activity. But mostly safety is a priority. So basically, do not be putting yourself underneath the train. Do not be putting yourself underneath the freight train, filming a train. You can put your camera down on the tracks and then record your phone underneath the train. But do not be laying down on the tracks with you doing that. Don't try that. Don't do that. That's very that's a crime, and you could be punished for that, and you could probably go to jail for doing that if the crew or something want that type of thing. But sometimes they may not. Because they know that they know there's gonna be some people gonna be doing some stupid stuff, and technically that's not a very good idea. Putting yourself underneath the freight train when it's moving toward you, underneath it, because technically they will see you, and when they go on top of you, because they'll see you first, and then because they're gonna start wondering like, what was that? What's underneath the train? And they're gonna hit those brakes immediately before you ever said anything. And then your first thing is to do is run, get away. So don't try that, because you never know what can happen if you're underneath the train. The train could derail, or something could be dragging underneath the train. There's always stuff that's gonna be dragging underneath the train. There's possible stuff that could be dragging underneath the train, and you really don't want to be underneath that when that happens. And so don't be filming on train trestles, not unless there's signs that says you can do that. But if there's no sign that says you do that, you can't. But you can film on the side of the trestles, off to the side where they can see you and you're not in their blind spot. That's the reasons why you wear reflectors vests, so that way they can see you so that way they know where you're at. So, and I'm different than most railroad photographers out there, but safety is the main priority. Do not be filming underneath the train. You can put your phone underneath the tracks. You can put your phone on the tracks, but not yourself. Do not be filming yourself underneath the train. But you can film the train. You can use your phone. You can use your phone to put underneath the train to see that camera. You see the train going over the camera. That you can do, but do not put yourself in a dangerous risk. No. Safety is a thing on these railroads, and do not be walking. Do not try to run across tracks with an oncoming train, because sometimes you can slip and you can fall, and you can lose something, and you really wouldn't want that. But on most railroads now, because they are checking their loads, make sure everything is all inside the car. So if anybody like us is out here topographying, stuff won't fall down. Because here on the Kiamichi Railroad, everything's all checked. Everything on the trains are all checked and everything like that. So that nothing's not going to fall off. Everything's all secure. So every railroad's doing it now. But mostly here on the Kiamichi Road, I see that a lot. I see everything's all secured. So some railroads said, you haven't seen an unsecured load yet. But technically, I would see that on camera, and the railroad will see that, and then they'll flag that, and the railroad, so they really don't want unsecured loads, and I tell you that one, it's not safe. because an unsecure load, technically, if that hits a car, um, I don't know how insurance is going to pay that off. I don't know how that would work, but that's most of the reasons why that's the reason why loads they're mostly secured, and even if they're in gondolas, flat top, or anything. And also, you don't want to lose your profit by losing stuff on the tracks, because you'll lose your money, and railroads don't want that. They're trying to keep their tracks clean and other stuff. So, and also make sure you check your vehicles. Make sure that the car. Don't be drinking and driving. Drinking and driving. Train and drinking don't mix. That can get you killed or hurt. Don't be playing chicken. Do not be stopping on the tracks with your do not be stopping on the tracks and playing jokes, and do not be running towards the train and see who would flinch and who would stop, because technically that is a federal law. You cannot do that. You can go to jail for that, and the train won't stop anyways if they go over you. So don't try that. And sometimes you play too much jokes on the conductor and the engineer, they won't take that joke very seriously, and stuff can happen. And because technically it'll be the motorist's fault for playing those possible jokes and stuff like that. So you really don't want that. So there's other stuff too. Do not be running across the tracks. Like I said, you can trip and fall, and you can get hurt and do something. Um, Bicyclists, you do not need to be running. You don't need to be riding a bike and not listening to road crossing lights of any type. You need. Okay, let me rephrase that. Okay, for you bicyclists, whenever you approach a road crossing, the lights are flickering. You're supposed to stop, because that goes for bicyclists as well. It's not because technically a bicyclist will get it 10 times worse than a car will, because a train will chunk a bicyclist about 3 feet. 3 feet. I kid you not. There was a story about a kid that was going around the railroad crossing gates, and the other train went across. There was a second train behind it. Right behind it. And then this kid didn't. The lights were still flickering, and the train just pushed him, and it sent him back to 3 years old. And I really wouldn't want that. I really would not want to see that or anything like that. So always do these things. This is what railroad safety is all about here. That type of thing. So also walking on the tracks. You need to be aware. You don't need to be having your headphones on, because a train can sneak up on you. And also, by the time the engineer and conductor see you, it'll be too late. So you don't want to be a victim, and especially do not be walking on train trestles. If you don't, you especially don't need to be walking on train trestles, or something like that, because you really don't know if there's going to be a train coming or not. And I might make a YouTube video of that. Tell you the reasons why it's not a very good idea to be on a train trestle, especially if you're in the middle part of it, because if there's no guardrails or something for you to get on it, you literally would have to jump off the bridge, or you literally have to do a trot without falling down into the lake or something. But mostly the conductor and engineer, they'll see you and they'll slow the train down so you can get across. But that's the only thing I can tell you. For you bicyclists, like I said, always stop at railroad crossings. Do not try to beat a freight train, because sometimes you and the freight train get there at the exact same time, and same thing like a vehicle. You can't judge your distance with a train, because you don't know what speed they're going to be doing, and you especially don't know what time they're going to get to the crossing. So that's a rule. Bicyclists, you'll have to learn the rules too. That goes for y'all. That goes for motorists, bicyclists, and pedestrians. Pedestrians do not need to be walking in front of an oncoming train, and bicyclists do not need to be running. Do not need to be riding their bikes across, going around the gates, or not listening to the lights. And they need to be listening to the lights and stuff like that. Cars, bicycles, and pedestrians have to listen to the railroad crossing lights or listen to sounds of a train, because sometimes there's no train honk sound. You gotta listen to the bell. So this goes for, like I said, it goes for motorists, bicyclists, and pedestrians. So motorists and bicyclists have to follow that same rule at a railroad crossing. So bicyclists have to stop for an oncoming train. I have seen a bicyclist go around the gates with an oncoming train coming. That's a big flag. That's a big no-no. So the only thing I can say. And also, this goes for motorbikes as well. Because they're like a car, and they have to follow rules also. They have to follow laws of the road, and that applies to them stopping at railroad crossings. They do not need to be going around the gates, but the same as a bicycle, because they, like anybody else, like anything, bicyclists, bikers, and motorists and pedestrians do not need to go around the gates or ignore the flashing lights and bell, especially if it's malfunctioning and other stuff like that. Well, I'm about to end this video, guys. Hope y'all like this, everyone. I'm all about railroad and safety. This is the reasons why I wear reflectors vest, because I like being safe on the railroad, on the hot rails, on the Kiamichi Railroad, and the Queen Eastern Railroad. And especially you do not want to make the crew mad on the railroad. So that's a big no-no. You really wouldn't want that. You want to become their friend, and not somebody that they really wouldn't want to like. So they wouldn't mind being filmed by you, but they won't give you much more respect. I can tell you that one. And then sometimes you have to apologize to them for them to be back the way they were before. So like, share, comment, subscribe. If you like this video, give me a like and subscribe if you haven't already, and support my channel. See y'all everybody later. Marshall out. Thanks for watching. We'll see y'all next time.